ways that we can prevent heart attacks, steps that we can take. It also shows how to stop secondhand effects if you already have it. It shows people that get affected by non-smoker, how it affects children and adults, and the different kind of ways we can help it. Hello guys, my name is Oluwatimilehin Awojoodu. I'm a nursing major at Prairie University. And today, I'm here to teach you guys about the case study of Denise, who is suffering from a heart attack from the second hand of her husband smoking. My point of view is to show that sometimes the effects that we expect from a heart attack isn't always, the case. Some people expect, their hands to be numb, the heart to be beating in a certain way. And this could also be effect of other things. So, this case study is to show us and is to create awareness for people to know that there are some other side effects that could happen based on gender, based on age, that could also be an effect of heart attacks, but something that we're not usually used to. Just like in the case study and in the slides to come and to show, it shows that a female chest symptom is different from a guy. What guys would experience would be different from what girls would experience during a heart attack. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, depending on the kind of situation that we're going through. Throughout the slides of this commercial, it shows the ways to prevent heart attacks, the way to prevent this kind of situation that Denise is going through. Is also to create an awareness for people to know that we have to be cautious of the things that we do and how it affects the people that surround us. The first step to preventing the situation that Denise is going through is by educating ourselves of the things that cause this type of situation, and then we proceed to ways to stop the things that could affect us, like Denise's husband smoking. He would have to lay back on it. He would have to stop doing that around Denise because it's taking a toll on Denise's life. Even though she doesn't do the stuff that he does, him doing it is affecting her in different kind of ways. And also in this case study, we know now that smoking doesn't only affect the people that do it, it also affects the people around them, because she's also inhaling the things that he's smoking out, and it's having an effect on her life. And in this kind of situations, people that do go through heart attacks need support mentally, physically, because they're unable to do the things that they usually do. Like Denise working hard before, now she's gonna have to stand back and stop doing the things that she usually does because of the side effects that it's having on her life. And we also have to be aware that heart attacks is a life-changing event. Sometimes it's really hard to cure. It's really hard to maintain because it could happen at any time, and it could be bigger than the first time it ever happened to a person. So I think that is something that we do need to educate ourselves, that heart attacks isn't just a one-time thing. You have to be very consistent with your drugs, your checkups. You have to have help around the people around you, because it's an event that can happen to anyone at any time, at any age. It doesn't have a specific age. Even though it's more for specific ages, it doesn't have a specific age when this kind of stuff happen. And also in the slides, we learned, how much men have more heart attacks than women. And also, we show the kind of ways that we can help prevent it, the kind of foods that we can eat, the kind of drugs that we have to take, the checkups, and the steps that we can take that helps us withhold this type of situation to keep occurring. So in Denise's case study, I'm here to tell you that you have to be very attentive to your surroundings. You have to be very sure about the people that get affected by the things that we do. We also have to always remind ourselves that smoking does have or take a toll on our lives. And now in this case study also shows that it doesn't only take a toll on our lives, but the people around us. So we have to be very extra careful, extra cautious. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Willie Burnett III, and today I'll be talking to you about the case study with Denise, who is a 40-year-old woman who is suffering from heart troubles. So in this case, we're looking at Denise and her family life. Denise has been dealing with a lot of heart issues due to the stress of running a successful business during its prime time, being an overprotective parent, and having her 19-year-old daughter go off to college and leave her has her stressed out as well. with a combination of having menopause, going through menopause, and all of this while having a terrible diet, a bad diet, which is high in cholesterol. So, in the beginning of this case, we find out that Denise has suffered from some sort of heart issue, which has caused her to have a panic attack at the dinner table. And this panic attack could have been a panic attack, or it could have been early on heart defect or something related to her heart. But I believe, in my opinion, that it was a panic attack. I believe that this problem is likely to be heart related because of her symptoms of having cold sweats and difficulty breathing, because we all know that those are two very common symptoms of a heart attack. Because Denise has been experiencing secondhand smoke from her husband for years before her husband quit smoking, this has exposed her to secondhand smoke, and it could have caused damage to her lungs and ended up in constricting her coronary arteries. Also, Denise's eating habits can be a contribution as well, because they're so high in cholesterol, and they ended up clogging up her arteries with a ton of plaque. Again, Denise's body ended up giving up on her the following night and giving her a warning sign by responding to her unhealthy lifestyle. Denise has been sustaining a very unhealthy lifestyle with the combination of stress, not eating well, and of course her menopause. So she's being very oxygen deprived, and the plaque is built up so bad that if she doesn't clear it up soon, she will end up in the hospital or having future bad health issues in the present future. This could end up in death as well. All of Denise's symptoms were caused by cardiac ischemia. This occurs when the blood flow from your heart is reduced, preventing it from receiving any sort of oxygen. And this also occurs during a heart attack. So that following night, Denise may have had a heart attack. Denise could have prevented all this by simply visiting a doctor to get a lipids and LDL test to measure the amount of LDL cholesterol that was inside of her bloodstream. Also, Denise could have eaten healthier. It said that she worked out, so she could have continued to work it out, drink the right fluids, and lower cholesterol, while also taking a break off of work to relax, just to get some time for her own so she could take a load off. Denise made a big mistake by not going to the doctor following her first episode the night before. And if she continues to do this, she will end up dead.